is this possible? How did this happen to this one Patriots player heading into the offseason? We're going to break that down here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports because I am honestly very ticked off for this one individual. An individual that should have been getting honors recognition from the NFL all year long. When it finally came time to give this man his flowers, they said, maybe next year, kid. They didn't actually say that, but I'm pretty sure that's what they said, considering one of our players did get snubbed from the 2025 NFL Pro Bowl. I know a lot of you guys are probably tuning in here saying, Allie, why does it matter? It's just the Pro Bowl. I understand that it's not the highest of recognition in the NFL. It's not all pro. But still, when you have a guy that is working day in and day out to help this team who is not the most successful team this season, you do want to get recognized. But before I talk about him, I do want to give recognition to Brenden Schooler. He was the only 2025 NFL Pro Bowler for the Patriots this year. I thought we had at least one more guy, maybe two more guys if you want to put like a Hunter Henry in there. But Brenden Schooler, I absolutely love watching this kid play. He came in, he subbed in on defense for a few snaps while we were dealing with some injuries in the middle of the season. He came in, he blitzed his ass off, he sacked a guy, which is fantastic. And Brenden Schooler, whether it's special teams or defense, he comes in with the exact same dog mentality. He comes in with the same energy, the same effort. It does not matter. He's a phenomenal locker room guy, and he is fully deserving of this award. And I do not want to use this video to take away from any of the Pro Bowlers, especially Brenden Schooler, who will be representing New England this upcoming Pro Bowl games. But when I saw who actually did get nominated for the AFC Cornerback Pro Bowl selections, I noticed there was something missing. And when you look at these Pro Bowlers, they are very deserving. Derek Stingley Jr. with Houston, Patrick Surtain, Marlon Humphrey, and Denzel Ward. They are 110% deserving of this award. However, when you notice there is not a certain Patriots cornerback on this selection committee, well, then you realize you had the exact same thought that I did. I believe that Christian Gonzalez got absolutely snubbed from not being named to the 2025 NFL Pro Bowl, and I know you guys feel the exact same way. If you think Gonzo was snubbed, who's not just the best defensive player we have on the team, but I do think he is a top secondary player in the NFL, and I have no shame in saying that. And if you guys think he was snubbed as well, go ahead and like this video. This will be the pinned comment on today's video. Take your time, hit that thumbs up button, because I want to prove a point to the NFL that they messed up by not giving Christian Gonzalez the credit that he does deserve. Because you have to think about what this guy has done in the NFL, and I'm going to break it down here right after this ad break. Christian Gonzalez, only a second-year player in the NFL, and really he had 4 games in his first season. He got injured, which was very rare for a guy like Gonzo as well. He doesn't have a history of getting injured like that. So it was tough for him to come back in his second year, and there was a lot of question marks. You know, is he going to be the guy that we thought he was going to be heading into the draft last year? Yes, he was that and some. And when you look at a guy like Keion White, no shade to Keion White whatsoever, but White was actually named the Patriots Breakout Player of the Year before the season started. I think that award should have gone to Christian Gonzalez as well, because he has saved a lot of touchdowns from being scored against the Patriots, and he's only a sophomore. This is only his second year doing so. So I am very excited to see what Christian Gonzalez will do in the near future. But when I looked at who was actually nominated for the Pro Bowl, and once again, these guys are deserving, and I don't want to seem like, Christian Gonzalez is the best player in history of NFL. Obviously that's not true, but I looked at the stats of one specific player that was named to the Pro Bowl, and then I looked at Christian Gonzalez's stats. And here's the beauty of it. You don't know which one is which. These are Christian Gonzalez's stats paired up with one player who was named to the 2025 NFL Pro Bowl. Player number 1 had 11 passes deflected. Sounds awesome. So did the other player, 42 tackles. Well, the other player had 59. That player, he had 4 interceptions, which is huge for the secondary. The other player had 2, 1 forced fumble, and then, of course, they each had 1 fumble recovery. Not sure why that says FR twice, but you guys get the gist. So as you can see, Christian Gonzalez is neck and neck with one of these guys when it comes to Pro Bowl statistics. And I think what's even crazier is that when you look at somebody like a Christian Gonzalez, somebody that's playing for a team that is not great this season, somebody that is coming in here and helping his team not get blown out every single game. Did you know player number 1 is Patrick Surtain? Player number 2 is Christian Gonzalez. Surtain was named to the NFL Pro Bowl. Christian Gonzalez was not. That's why I'm furious, and that's why I have a problem with the Pro Bowl. It's a popularity contest. Nobody's watching Patriots games this year. People are watching the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix because they have a good record. People are watching the Baltimore Ravens because they have Lamar Jackson and Derek Henry. Nobody is aware of what Christian Gonzalez does for the Patriots night in and night out. Something I really love about Christian Gonzalez, and one of the reasons why I don't think Gonzo's getting all the recognition on Twitter and in ESPN and the NFL, Christian Gonzalez is very humble. He's a very humble cornerback. My one irritation watching football in general, and I've never played, so I know it comes with the territory, is when secondary players are like, lockdown defense. Yes, sir. Lockdown. No, sir. Not on my island. When the quarterback overthrew it 10-plus yards out of bounds and nearly hit a cheerleader. Yeah, your coverage was definitely there, but was that pass ever really going to be caught? Probably not. Now, Christian Gonzalez will play lockdown defense, hip to hip with a man, breaking passes up, deflecting passes, tackling guys, and you see no celebrations. He's a dog that moves in silence, which I always love. But when it comes to popularity contests, it might not be the best opportunity for him to showcase his skills. So I think Gonzo just needs to use this as a chip on his shoulder. And I'm going to break down Christian Gonzalez's stats here in just a moment, just to really harp on why I am pissed off that he was not named the NFL Pro Bowl. But first, I want to tell you guys about our sponsor, which is PrizePicks. I play PrizePicks every single game day, and you guys should too. It's super easy to play, so all you guys have to do is just pick more or less on a player's projected stats, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money this season. You guys can go on ahead and just pick between college players, professional players. You can pick basketball, football, hockey, baseball when the season rolls around, even Call of Duty. And they do now offer MasterCard, which makes making deposits even easier. And when my picks hit, I know that my withdrawal is going to be fast and secure. And I know I can get my withdrawals in easy as 15 minutes. So if you're thinking, Allie, you say you play every single day, where are your prize picks? Well, you guys know the Celtics. I also do cover here at Chat Sports. I've got Jason Tatum to have more than 28.5 points, and I've got Fred VanVleet to have less than 15.5 points. Just merely simple. Just 2 players. You can pick maximum of 6. And if you guys want to go ahead and get started, just download the PrizePicks app. Use promo code CLNS. It'll give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Download the PrizePicks app. Use promo code CLNS. That'll give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game. What Gonzo did this season off the box score is incredible. He had 70 targets, playing some phenomenal quarterbacks this year. 31 catches allowed on those 70 targets. He had a less than 50% completion rate when he was defending the nearest receiver. 376 yards allowed, 23.5 yards per game, 2 interceptions, 7 pass breakups, 1 fumble recovery, 1 defensive touchdown, and he played almost 1,000 snaps. You have played almost 1,000 snaps with 70 targets and 31 catches allowed. Christian Gonzalez is the definition of lockdown defense. And that is why I am here to say how pissed off I am that he is not getting the recognition that he deserves. Gonzo even tweeted out a laughing emoji. Good. Use it. Motivation. Put a chip on your shoulder because you work in silence. You show the NFL game in, game out. You show quarterbacks. You think Josh Allen wanted to throw in Christian Gonzalez's direction? Absolutely not. Josh Allen didn't target Christian Gonzalez until the 4th quarter when they beat the Patriots by 3. Josh Allen is also in the running to be the MVP of this season. Sounds like an MVP quarterback brain to me if he's not going to throw it to Gonzo or anywhere on his island. It's not just Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Jamar Chase, 20 routes, 3 receptions for 15 yards. Locked down. Garrett Wilson, 23 routes, 3 receptions, 18 yards. Jalen Waddle, 4 routes, 1 reception, 15 yards. Tyreek Hill, 17 routes, 0 catches, 0 yards, and an interception. A.J. Brown, 19 routes, 4 receptions, 47 yards. Devontae Smith, 11 routes, 2 receptions, 22 yards, a pass breakup. Need I say more? Christian Gonzalez was absolutely snubbed, and I think the only way they could possibly make it up to Christian Gonzalez is if they give him All-Pro. Do you think Christian Gonzalez is a top 5 cornerback this season? Like this video for me. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I'm over here losing my breath because I think this is one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL right now, and he is not being treated like one. I think that needs to change. But I also do want to tell you guys really quick about the injury news heading into the final game of the NFL season. No Christian Gonzalez. He does unfortunately have a concussion. And no Ben Brown, the center, as well. We will be without Jabril Peppers for another game with a hamstring injury. And it looks like Jalen Polk will not play either with a shoulder injury. However, we've kind of known these players weren't going to play because they have been dealing with these injuries for quite some time. But when we look at our quarterback, it doesn't make the most sense right now to play Drake May, as he's now being listed as questionable, which is what you guys just saw on that picture. Don't play Drake May. What are we doing? Drake May is the future of your franchise. And I know he's also the best player on your team at this point, but you're not going up against the Bills starters. You're going up against a team that is trying to stay safe and stay healthy for the playoffs. And the Patriots need to lose this game because you want to secure that number 1 pick in the NFL draft. There's no reason to play Drake May, especially when you haven't seen a quarterback all year long in Joe Milton. The guy you picked up in the 7th round, remember him? We haven't seen him since the preseason, rightfully so. He had no business starting at all this year. But now Joe Milton for the last week has been taking reps with the first team. And if you are going to play Drake May, for the love of God, please tell me you have a brain and you'll put him in for a drive. You'll put him in for a series and you'll take him out and you'll rest him. You'll let him go back to the sideline because you were definitely worried about his injury and his health 5 weeks into the season when you kept playing Jacoby Brissett. Play Joe Milton. Do not play Drake May, who's already questionable with a hand injury, especially if you want to lose this game and secure that first pick in the NFL draft, which I don't see why you wouldn't. The Patriots have the opportunity to have the largest cap space in the NFL this offseason with $140 million. They have the opportunity to secure the first pick in the 2025 NFL draft. Those are big opportunities you really don't want to mess with. So, with that being said, I know a lot of you guys are like, well, Allie, do we even really need the first pick in the draft? And you do. I think you can absolutely control the trajectory of the draft with that pick. You can trade it, you can draft, doesn't matter. If you want the first pick in the 2025 NFL draft, go on ahead, like this video if you do agree. This is why you guys subscribe if anything happens with the Patriots. I've got it right here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. All you guys have to do is hit that button.